All right, so today I figured I'd make something a little bit different. Make some buffalo shrimp. So what you will need is some colossal shrimp, raw, peeled, and deveined. You will need some Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. For your seasoning, you will need about a teaspoon to a teaspoon and a half of Old Bay seasoning, about a teaspoon of garlic powder, because garlic makes everything better, and you will need a teaspoon of some onion powder. So now that you know what you need, let's go ahead and get started with that. Oh yeah, and you're going to need a skillet with some hot cooking oil in it. About maybe a cup to a cup and a half of vegetable oil and or canola oil for those that don't like the taste of vegetable oil. Oh yeah, man, what's wrong with me? And you're going to need some flour. You got to bread the shrimp if you're going to buffalo them. First things first, let's season up our shrimp. Hit it with that Old Bay. About a teaspoon and a half of that. A teaspoon of garlic powder. A teaspoon of onion powder. Almost forgot what it was. Mix all that in there like that. Mix all the seasoning into that shrimp. Just let it get drenched in that seasoning and make it real good. Make it real pretty. So we go ahead and drop these bad boys inside some flour. Just gonna use this lid because I'm dropping them right inside that hot grease. Get your grease nice and hot. It's already hot in that skillet. Flour these bad boys up. And it's not going to take long to cook them. It's going to take maybe a minute to a minute and a half inside the grease. It's not going to take long. Oh, yeah. Buffalo shrimp. I just had the idea. I'm like, yeah, you make buffalo chicken, so why not make a buffalo shrimp? It can be done. Just got to do it. That's all. Touch your neighbor and say, make it work. Make it work. Yeah, make it work. As you can see, our grease is nice and hot. And if you don't think so, watch this. Yeah, it's hot. Let's drop this in there. All right, so our shrimp has been fried up. It's all golden and everything. Look at that right there. Isn't that beautiful? If there was ever such a thing as a pretty shrimp, this right here is a pretty shrimp. So now we can go ahead and drop it inside that Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. But I'm going to jazz it up just a little bit. I'm going to add a little bit of Tabasco sauce. I think I'm going to add about maybe a teaspoon of that. Sorry for that. I'm going to hit it with a little bit of Domino brown sugar. Probably do about a teaspoon of that right there. I believe that's what I'm going to do. Just jazz it up just a little bit. Make things a little bit different, you know. Not just a plain barbecue sauce, not just any old barbecue sauce, but you know, just add a little bit of something extra. Put a little bit of stank on it. So one barbecue. You hear me? I'm hungry. So one teaspoon of brown sugar. Do that. And you know what? Let's hit it with a little bit more of that garlic powder. Let's do that. Do a quarter teaspoon of that. How do you know that was a quarter teaspoon? I just know. Just know that I know. It's a quarter teaspoon right here of the onion powder. We're just going to mix this all up. Mix this all together. You know what? I think it needs another element. Let's try adding a little bit of yellow mustard to it. About a quarter teaspoon of that. There we go. Now that's good. Now let's taste this. See what we did. Oh yeah, that's good. That's powerful. That's great. So from there, what we're going to do is toss our pretty shrimp. Going to toss them right into that wonderful barbecue sauce that we just made. Toss that right there. It just sounds good. You hear that? It just sounds good when you mix it. Toss it inside that beautiful barbecue sauce. Well, that's gonna be pretty. That's gonna be good. Oh yeah. Barbecue sauce is saying thank you so much. Just what I needed, shrimp. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and drop these inside the oven for about a good 10 minutes. Just let that beautiful brown sugar and barbecue sauce and Tabasco just kind of crust all up on that shrimp. We're gonna see what we did. And here are your buffalo shrimp. Would you look at that? Isn't that beautiful? Topped it off with a little bit of basil for the extra sweet effect. Oh man, it's nice, savory, sweet, crispy, delicious. All right, so I'm glad that you watched, but I'm about to go tear this up. Peace.